Hey, good morning, 242. Hey, this is Keith Brown here. I'm with my team here. We're in Israel, and we're talking about daily encounter. And as we are looking at daily encounter, today we're actually on our way to the Western Wall. And as we're looking at Joshua chapter 5 through 8, Joshua is actually going to be in the Promised Land. He's going to enter through the middle of the Promised Land, and he's at Jericho. And the first thing he's going to have to face, it's interesting, we're on our way to the Western Wall. He's going to have to face the walls of Jericho, and you can just imagine that this is a big issue, is that a lot's on the line for Joshua as this rookie leader who has this impossible obstacle to deal with. And so if you know the story, and if you read it this morning, they're going to march around the wall 7 times. And then there's a couple things that I just want to point out, is they're going to march around the walls in silence, which I think that there's something to be said about. Oftentimes when we're facing impossible obstacles, it's very tempting for us to get everybody else's opinion and start talking and trying to figure it out. But there's something to be said about just kind of walking in kind of a calm, rested faith that trusts in God, that says, okay, God, I'm going to walk through this in a very trusting place. But then the second thing that they're going to happen, or the next thing that's going to happen, is there's a moment where they're going to shout. And I think that there's, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 talks about there's a time to speak and there's a time to be silent. And oftentimes I think we get it the opposite. The time that we should be silent, we're talking, and the time that we should be speaking, we're silent. But there's a moment where they're going to roar, they're going to shout, and there's a moment where we're to speak up. There's a moment of opportunity. In Ephesians chapter 5 verse 16, it talks about how we are to make the most of every opportunity. If you were to read that in the King James, it talks about redeeming the time because the days are evil. And in Greek, there are 2 words for time. There's the word kairos, which means opportune time, and then there's the word chronos, which means chronological time. And in Joshua's scenario, this is a kairos moment. This is a moment that they speak up. And then the last thing that you see about the walls falling, it's God's power that brings the walls down. And I think that that's the key to living a life of faith, is understanding that we have a part to play, but we just got to play our part. And if you look at the chapter before, if I'm remembering correctly from my reading, is Joshua is going to have an encounter with what we would believe to be the pre-incarnate Christ, and he's got a sword drawn, and Joshua wants to know a question: are you for us or are you against us? And it's interesting, the response is, Jesus says neither. I'm the captain. I'm in charge of everything. And there's this idea of sovereignty that gives us confidence as we deal with battles. So hey, hope you're enjoying your Bible reading. Greetings from Israel. Shalom. Hey, you guys want to say hey to everybody in 242? Awesome. Hope you guys are enjoying your daily encounter. And here's Danielle.
Hi there. Good morning.
Hey, we hope that you guys come to Israel sometime. Hey, God bless you. See you later.